Hello everyone, this is Tina with Tiasa's Treasures, and today I have for you a couple cards I made using Chilly and Freezy. Now this was a free stamp you got if you spent $25 at Simon Says Stamp. So I went ahead and I bought the bottle brush set that I was looking at. Now it was $24.99 and they have nothing for a penny. So I threw in some palette knives that I needed for like $2.99. It's like they should just raise the price to 25 bucks when they have this kind of promotion. I also used the Christmas, I'm not sure the name of this one off the top of my head. I think it's the Christmas Cutouts, and I used the word peace with that. And I also, for the background, I used a Pink and Main stencil called Blizzard Snowflake and a Lawn Fawn um, stitch snowflake background die. So I did two with the stencil and two with the background die. Now I also used some Tim Holtz texture paste over the stencil, and then I used some rock candy glitter on that. I figured I was sending these to my kids, and if the glitter got a little bit all over the place, well, they've certainly messed my house up enough that a little mess in their house was, turnabout's fair play. So what I am doing here was I took the bottle brushes and I stamped them out in 3 different colors. Now, after I did the 2 shades of blue, I did a shade of bluish green. I don't have the stamp pads in front of me to tell you the exact colors. I'm sorry. But my thought was to use the bottle brushes and then to put a snowbank over them so they looked more like real pine trees. I mean, as much as blue trees can look real. And then I wanted the dimension, and so instead of popping up everything, I just left the bases instead of cutting them all off because I was going to put this paper over it. Now this is just some pearlescent paper that was in my cardstock. I believe it's Tonic. And so I just freehand cut some snowbanks. And I'm going to show you me creating the one card. I'm not going to show me doing every single card because this video would be about, well, an hour long, half hour in double time, which is what I've actually got this sped up to. And even at double time, well, I cut out a lot of different redundancies, so you didn't have to see me glue every single tree down. I think you get the idea. I'm gluing trees down now. Now these cards aren't exactly identical because some of the trees obviously I used were different. The snowbanks were cut a little differently. I arranged Chilly and Freezy's arms a little differently. I mean, things along that line. But overall, everything is the same. I used glitter cardstock behind, some red glitter cardstock behind the word peace in 3 of the words, and then I used a foil red on one of them because I didn't have enough of the red. I was using some scrap. The little, excuse me, the little A in peace is all some green foil. Now that's all from my stash. And I also used, for the cutout word peace, I used some Tim Holtz of the holiday, I believe it's like the gray and white wood grain, and I just used a little bit of mocha saturated ink to color that up, to give it that wood grain, that brown wood grain look. So as you can see, my cards are going to kind of look like this. Right now I'm going to just put on the earmuffs and the little nose on all my little freezies and my little chilies. And if you don't have chili or freezy, You can also make this card with Stump. Now, if you were to do that, you might need to use much bigger bottle brushes. The stamp set comes with a bunch of different sizes. Some of them that I put down are totally covered with Chilly and Freezy. So, I mean, if I would have thought it through more, I could have just saved myself a little bit of effort. But I wasn't exactly sure. So I just put down the trees, and I figured if Chilly or Freezy went on top of them, that was just more added dimension. So why not? Now the cardstock I'm using, the light blue cardstock, is Blue Jay from the Stamps of Life. Now they've got some really nice colored cardstock. It's about 100 pound, I believe. And I do have a link for it in the description box. They've got some really pretty colors if you want to check that out. I've got so much different cardstock in my stash that a lot of times I just look for the color I want more than who makes it, unless I'm trying to do a video that's like entirely um, Simon Says Stamp or entirely Spellbinders or something along those lines. But I figured with Chilly and Freezy, I was just going to use what was in my stash, and I had never used the Lawn Fawn background die before. I bought it last Christmas, and I had not used the stencil either, so I wanted to use that. I thought about just kind of putting some splatter or some different things, but I wanted to see how these look. Now you can see that the backgrounds have two different totally looks from the stencil versus the Lawn Fawn background die, but they're both really good looks, so both of them look pretty good. You can't see the stencil snowflakes quite as well on the video as you can see the stitched snowflakes, but in real life they're beautiful, and the rock candy gives them a really, really pretty little shimmer. And I just love these two little snowmen. Now I've got their little arms going straight up because when I put that piece down, it's going to kind of look like they're pointing up towards it, like peace. And I stamped on the inside of all of these, have a Holly Jolly Christmas. Now I don't know if, I don't think I show it at all in the video, but yeah, I used some positively saturated ink and cadet, and I believe that the stamp that said have a Holly Jolly Christmas is a Stamps of Life stamp, but I think Tim Holtz has one that says that as well, and a lot of different stamp companies have that sentiment. And if you grew up watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer like I did, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas was always sung by the snowman, and so that's what brings it to mind. And I just love these cards. Now, they were a lot of effort. Now, would I've done this for every single card on my list? No. But I have 3 children, and so they each got one of these cards. And I sent one out to somebody else, and off the top of my head, I don't remember who right now. But I don't have a very, very big list of cards to go out. I think I sent around 25 cards or so. And I cut these cards down to 4 by 5 1/4, and I mounted them on just some white cardstock. It's 130-pound cardstock out of my stash. And I had a fun time making these, but they did take me longer than I thought they would. You know, die cutting can be a lot of repetition, cutting the same thing over and over and over again. but you know, every so often I don't mind doing it, and it can be a lot of fun, and it produces some really pretty cards. So anyway, if you like this card, give it a big thumbs up, please, for me. It helps. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And bye-bye for now.